Here is exactly how forklift certification works and how to pass it. Start with the thing almost every job posting gets wrong. There is no OSHA forklift license. OSHA does not issue a card, does not run a test, and does not keep a registry of operators. What actually exists is a rule. OSHA's Powered Industrial Truck Standard, Section 1910.178, puts the duty on your employer. The employer must ensure that every forklift operator is competent to operate safely, and competence is demonstrated by completing the training and evaluation the standard describes. So the certification is issued by an employer about a specific operator on specific trucks for a specific workplace. That training has 3 parts, and all 3 are required. Formal instruction, which can be a lecture, a discussion, an interactive computer course, a video or written material. Practical training, meaning demonstrations by the trainer and exercises performed by you. And an evaluation of your performance in the workplace, done by someone with the knowledge, training, and experience to judge it. An online course by itself covers exactly one of those 3. That is why the $20 certificate you print at home does not make you certified. When you pass, the employer has to certify it in writing, and the standard says what that record contains. Your name, the date of the training, the date of the evaluation, and the identity of the person or people who did the training or the evaluation. If a site asks for proof of certification, that record is what proof means. Until you are trained and evaluated, you may operate a truck only for training purposes, only under the direct supervision of someone qualified to train and evaluate, and only where that operation does not endanger you or anyone else. There is no probation period where you just drive carefully and hope. So what does the training have to cover? The standard lists it in 2 halves. The truck half, the operating instructions and warnings for the trucks you are authorized to drive, how a forklift differs from a car, the controls and instruments, the engine or motor, steering and maneuvering, visibility including what the load blocks, forks and attachments, vehicle capacity, vehicle stability, any inspection the operator performs, refueling or battery charging, and operating limitations. The workplace half is the one people underestimate. Surface conditions, the composition and stability of the loads you carry, stacking and unstacking, pedestrian traffic, narrow aisles and restricted spaces, hazardous classified locations, ramps and slopes, closed areas where exhaust or carbon monoxide can build up, and any other condition on your site that affects safe operation. Plus the requirements of the standard itself. Then there is the part that gets skipped. Your performance must be reevaluated at least once every 3 years. And refresher training is required whenever you are observed operating, whenever you are in an accident or a near miss, whenever an evaluation shows you are not operating safely, whenever you are assigned a different type of truck, and whenever the workplace changes in a way that affects safe operation. Put those together, and you get the insight that saves people the most trouble. Your certification is not a portable license. It is tied to the truck types you were trained on and to the workplace you were evaluated in. A new employer can credit the training you already have, but only after evaluating you and finding you competent on their trucks and their site. Anyone selling you a nationally recognized forklift license is selling you something OSHA does not recognize. 3 real questions from the bank. First, under OSHA's stability principles, a counterbalanced forklift stays stable and will not tip as long as which condition is met? The answer: as long as the line of action of the combined truck and load center of gravity stays inside the stability triangle. Not all 4 wheels on the floor, which a tipping truck loses anyway. The truck and the load behave as one mass, and where that combined center of gravity falls is the whole game. Second, does OSHA require the pre-operation inspection to be written down on a checklist? The answer is no. The examination itself is required, and a truck that fails it must be taken out of service, but the standard contains no requirement that you record it in writing. Written checklists are employer policy and good practice, not the federal duty. Test writers love this one because most operators assume the paperwork is the rule. Third, what does the standard actually say about how fast you may drive? Not 10 miles per hour, not 5. It says authorized plant speed limits must be observed, and that you must travel at a speed that lets you stop safely. OSHA sets no number at all. Any miles per hour figure you have been given is a site rule, and the enforceable test is always whether you could stop in the conditions you are in. So how do you prepare? 4 things. 1. Drill practice questions until the rules are automatic, especially stability and load handling, which is where most written tests concentrate. 2. Learn the vocabulary exactly, because the questions turn on single terms. Stability triangle, center of gravity, load center, capacity plate, and the data plate that tells you what your truck may actually lift. 3. Take notes on every miss and study your own truck and your own site, since your evaluation happens there, on your equipment. 4. Read the whole question before answering. Most forklift test items are written as a scenario with one detail that changes the answer, such as a ramp, a pedestrian, or a load that blocks your view. Quick recap: there is no OSHA license. Your employer certifies you. Training is formal instruction plus practical training plus a workplace evaluation, and the certification record names you, both dates, and who signed off. Reevaluation at least every 3 years, and refresher training after any incident, any new truck type, or any workplace change. And your certification travels with the truck type and the site, not with you. Practice free at .com/en/forklift. All 4 sections, in English, Chinese, and Spanish. Good luck out there.